and Messi Morales, so we are unqualified heroes.
This is it. Season 3. Or is it season 4? I don't know what season we're on. Season 3, episode 6. And we're going to be talking about the last 2 episodes of X-Men, along with a couple interesting tidbits around the superhero universe. So, Messi, we'll leave X-Men for the last. We'll always leave X-Men for last.
I have a question. Right. What's going on with your face? You see?
What do you mean?
I see some.
It's just don't
hair,
worry about it.
Some hair growing. What's going on?
That's what happens. That's what happens whenever you're depressed. Okay. I'm just trying to move to San Antonio, man. I should have been gone by now. It's all good. But you know who is depressed? Well, I wouldn't say depressed, but who has some self-blame? That's Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth. We've all seen Thor 4. And I still can't believe we rated it a 7. I think
it was just high. We were high ride.
It's true. We were high riding. It was we did the double date podcast. Yeah. Brought our wives on there. Well, they weren't our wives at the time. Well, she wasn't, but it was an interesting movie. But he's talked about it before, kind of briefly, saying like, Taika Waititi, people talked about this movie and they were like, why? Like, I feel like a lot of us liked it when we first saw it, and then it just did not stand the test of time. But Chris Hemsworth has said that he got caught up in the improv and the wackiness. He became a parody of himself, and he was just like, he was having too much fun, essentially. He felt like he was having too much fun, and I'm sure it had to also deal with Taika having so much freedom. We know Taika is a very kind of loopy director. I actually just saw one of his movies recently that came out about a year ago, and it's not a popular movie. It was like on Amazon Prime or something, but it's like a super loopy movie. And he's just a loopy director. So I feel like when you got so much creative freedom, and Chris Hemsworth, he's already kind of a fun guy, and you're just they're just like, do whatever. Then sometimes you need ropes. You need ropes on your animals. Exactly.
But sometimes it's not bad to have fun, because again, it's a job, and you don't want to be like that. Clock in 8 o'clock, leave at 5 o'clock. They're having fun, and I get it. They did have a lot of fun on Ragnarok. That's when everything quote unquote started, because the first 2 movies were kind of a drag. The third one, all happy and dandy. And people noticed, like, okay, so we should get something different. Thor 4 came around, and like you said, they gave too much freedom to Taika, or whatever you say his name. Taika Waititi. Whatever.
But what was interesting is that I feel like maybe part of the reason why he said this was he actually went on to explain that before Thor 4, like all his other movies, he felt like a security guard for the rest of the Avengers. And he said that everyone was doing cooler stuff and having more fun and having cooler lines. And his character was just like a wig with muscles and just a security guard to show up whenever you need him. Kind of like how he showed up at the end of Infinity War. But it was awesome. So maybe he was like, oh, I want to do the cool, fun stuff. And he did the cool, fun stuff and realized he had too much cool, fun stuff. So it makes me wonder. Yeah. We don't know about Thor 5 happening yet, whatever. But if we do get a Thor 5, I highly doubt Taika's going to direct it. Do you think if there was a Thor 5 that it would be a good movie?
Depends who directs the movie. If it's like a Russo brothers type of directing, it's gonna be beautiful.
Like I don't think we're gonna have a big director. A lot of them.
No, I know, but like in the sense of like the same way of directing. You know, like Russo brothers got Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity, Endgame. Like those movies they have their comedy part of it, but they're very serious. Like that's what I meant. Like something like more in that sense of like action, down to earth type of movie. Not like the first two movies that were like two. I don't know. I don't know how to describe the first two movies. This is like
I like the first one.
Whatever. The first one is good. I do like the first one.
I know people hate on the first one, but honestly, I kind of like the first one. And the second one,
I don't mind the second one. I don't mind it.
It's not the worst. It's not the worst.
I can rewatch it. I've seen it like so many times at this point.
There's other Marvel movies I would rather not watch before I watch Thor 2.
And it's okay. That's okay. It's not the best. We're not saying it's the best movie.
Yeah.
But it's not the worst. It's not like the end of the world is gonna. But I don't know. I hope they're be smart. Be smart about picking who's gonna direct and write.
Do you think there will be a Thor 5?
He's not quitting.
Doesn't mean doesn't mean that he can't just appear in projects.
That's true. He can just appear in projects, but I don't know. I don't think he. I don't know. I do hope they go with another one, but what is gonna happen though? Because we thought with Thor 4, we're gonna get like a really big like connection to the MCU and all that stuff, but it was its own thing. With they brought this guy, I forgot his name, Christian Bale, and they kill him off in the same movie with a really big bad guy. So like I don't know, maybe I don't know.
What a waste of an actor.
I know.
And not even a waste of an actor, just a waste of the character, because you had a good actor with a good character.
Yeah.
And he had like a cool scene when everything was dark. But
on that little planet, it was in black and white.
It was wasted. It was wasted.
I don't know if there will be a Thor 5. If there is, I'm all for it. I just don't know what.
All right, if you were a betting man, is there a Thor 5?
Yes, I'll say that.
Okay.
Eventually. I mean, I'll say yes because he hasn't given a reason to stop. He hasn't said like I'm done. Like like every other actor, like Loki. He said on the last episode, this is like the last. If they ask me to come back, I'll come back. But this is the last time I'm doing Loki. Of course, Iron Man, Natasha, Captain America, like all those actors.
Yeah, but he's not gonna say he's done because he's a side project.
I don't know. I mean, he could be just like Ruffalo.
It could be. We haven't brought this up yet, but there is a secret Marvel project that Scarlett Johansson is writing or directing, and we have no idea what this is.
Interesting.
I just remembered that. It keeps popping up on my timeline and my feed every like couple weeks. It's like, oh, by the way, there's still a project going on that Scarlett Johansson is in the works of like doing. It's not a Black Widow. I don't know. It could be a Black Widow project, but I think she's just in charge of it, and we have no idea what it is. And I just thought it was interesting. I brought it up. I don't know why I brought that up, but it just came to my mind, and I was like, huh. I'm just trying to think of projects before Secret Wars, because I know after Secret Wars is like, who knows what's going to happen. But, so, I'm like, okay, could Thor 5 happen before Secret Wars? It could.
It could be.
It
could be.
We'll see.
I mean, do you remember the original slate for Phase 4? No, I don't, because they added so many freaking projects in between.
But then now they're like deleting projects and stuff, and they're trying to get more back to the basics or whatever, back to their roots.
They should.
So because of that, is that more reason that there should be a Thor 5, or is that less of a reason that there should be a Thor 5? Who knows? I don't know. But going into another Marvel actor is actually. It's a Marvel actor, but it's a different universe. And that is Winston Duke. So, Messi, I want you to tell me what's going on with Winston Duke. And then I want to hear your thoughts about it, because I have thoughts.
When I saw it, I was like, okay, so people don't know who this guy is. He is M'Baku from Black Panther. And recently, what we saw today, I'm guessing he had an interview recently with someone, and the conversation of Batman came up, and he said he will love to play Batman on the DC universe of James Gunn. I don't hate the idea. I don't hate it. I don't hate the idea. People may mad. Oh, it's a black Batman. Cares? Who? I don't care. As long as you give me a good actor. If you give me the same backstory as Bruce Wayne with a different guy, I don't care. If his parents got killed by whoever, and he grows up as an orphan with a chef or a butler, and he becomes Batman, I don't see a problem with that. I don't care who the actor is, as long as they fit the role, they played the character right, and they're a great actor. We have seen him before. We've seen him on obviously Black Panther, first and two. We've seen him on Us. Other projects I can't remember right now, top of my head. But he's a really good actor. I don't hate the idea of him being the Batman. But my question is he, if he does it, do you think it will be Bruce Wayne Batman or another Batman?
Well, he said DCU Batman, James Gunn Batman. So I would have to say Bruce Wayne Batman because you got to cast Batman for Brave and the Bold.
That's true. He does. As of right now, there's no Batman. Yeah, but remember, he's not the only one. There's the guy from Jack Ryan. I forgot his name. He also wants to play Batman. Another theory is the guy from
The Boys.
Soldier Boy. He wants to play Batman. There's so many people.
Alan Richardson from Reacher.
Yeah,
he's a popular one. Henry Cavill.
Yeah, so
awesome.
I don't know. No, I don't want Henry Cavill. He's the only one. I don't know. I don't want nothing to Henry Cavill no more. He's
the guy from Richard Madden. Who did he play? Richard Madden. Madden. That's the guy from Eternals. The main guy. Superman.
Oh,
fake Superman. Look. Here's my here's
Game of Thrones.
Winston Duke, I think, is a phenomenal actor. I think he would actually play a really good Batman. However, I think I just when I see him in all the roles that he's played kind of like this funny guy, and Batman is just more of a serious guy. And I'm not saying he can't be serious, but I feel like he's just he's so good at his role of being like, I don't know, being whatever role he is, but also being really funny. I just don't see Batman as a funny guy.
Understandable.
I feel like you could use Winston Duke better for another role, because that is like whatever role that is, because I feel like he would play perfect in whatever role, but also utilize his humor, because his humor always makes me laugh in whatever movie he plays in. And his voice he has like a certain accent, and sometimes it's just cool to hear.
Maybe, but there's also Batwing. That's the actual name of the character. David Sasimbe, I pronounced the name wrong, who is an Afro-American Batman. So, like, if you want to go with a comic book accurate like James Gunn is doing so far, why not him?
What if
he's like a...
I just thought of something. Thought of something.
What?
What's his name?
Batman.
No, Superman.
James Gunn.
Superman. What's his name? The
black guy.
Michael
Superman?
B. Jordan. Isn't he playing Black Superman? As in like
Bro, that project got scrapped. That project
did it get scrapped?
Scrapped. I have
thought
no
he was
idea
still
what that
playing.
project is. It's not Clark Kent Superman.
I know it's not Clark
He's
Kent.
playing another version.
No, it's still coming
like the
out.
President in one. I don't know. I don't think that project is still up.
We'll see. If it comes out, maybe.
I don't think it will be in the DCU.
No,
I don't think it will
DCU,
be in the James Gunn DCU.
In whatever universe this is, Elseworlds or whatever, or just a separate project, it'd be kind of cool to see Winston Duke as this Batman, like an Elseworlds Batman. I don't know. I just remembered Michael B. Jordan being Superman, and I was like, oh, what if we got Winston Duke as Batman in this same Elseworlds universe? I don't know.
Universe. Yeah. I don't know. But, and again, like, James Gunn wants to do mostly comic book accurate.
That's true. He's been very dominant with that.
And we can't just deny the fact that Batman is white. We can't change the fact that Batman is white on the comic books. So you can't be mad at the guy for picking a white actor, even though a black actor like this guy could be good. I think he's a good actor. Maybe I think in your point of view, I don't think you has in my point of view as well, I don't think we have seen enough range for him to be like a serious actor.
Yeah, I feel like he plays a similar role in a lot of his like acting
movies.
You know who does play a similar role in all their movies? There's only one guy. Let's be real. Come on, Messi.
I mean,
There's only one guy who plays the same.
Are you talking
role
about Tom Cruise?
Dwayne Johnson.
Are you talking about? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that's douchebag.
All right, let's get on the Dwayne Johnson hate train for a second. Dwayne Johnson. I used to be in love with this guy.
I think everybody was.
Even though he played the same role, I liked all his movies. All his movies were good. He just played the same role in them. But like, especially all the like Disney movies that he was in, and even action movies that he was in, he was okay, same role, but like I said, good movies. And it just seemed like he was a super nice guy, a guy who loved the fans and stuff like that. I don't know. Whatever social media presence that it made him look like he had, it made him look like this guy was awesome. Just a stand-up guy. Turns out, he's straight ass. He's booty cheeks. He's a turd. And we've been finding this out for the past couple months. For not even months, probably the past year, that he's just been a straight-up turd. That he is not he's not really that generous of a guy. He fights to get his way in movies like Black Adam and ruins certain things. And now it's been reported that he cost Red 1, the movie, he cost the studio $250 million because he was always showing up late. He got in fights with Ryan Reynolds. He would just be a terrible actor on set, as far as like, not when they're shooting, but when I guess offset. He's a terrible person.
Yeah,
and he needs to be called out.
I don't get it. Like, yes, you have the fame and you're someone. We all know he's someone. Why are you being a douchebag about it? Like, calm down. Like, your fame can just literally be gone like in a second. Like, I don't understand why he's being this way. Especially
he got too cocky. He's
no, he is.
Oh, he's seemingly at like an all-time popularity right now. Even though now things are starting to come out, but he's doing more He's got his own deodorant and shampoo, and I don't know why he has shampoo. He has no hair.
He's everywhere.
He's everywhere,
bro.
He's back everywhere. In WWE. Even though rumors are that he only did it because his acting career is now failing, but he's back in WWE. He's been doing all sorts of stuff, but why? Why did he get so cocky?
He's not gonna lose. He's not gonna lose. And if the acting goes away, guess what? He got WWE. He got the Project Rock. He has whatever he has with Target. That deodorant and shampoo bullcrap that he has with Target. Like, he's everywhere. He's not gonna lose. And I think that's one of the
and he's got Moana
reasons
too
why
coming out.
You got Moana 2. And the live action one too.
Oh yeah.
Which I don't understand why they're making a live action one. And I don't understand why they're making a live action one. Still. Like,
you know who's a stand up guy? Actually, I don't know. But it just seems like he's a stand up guy. Ryan Reynolds. Seems like he loves his family, he loves his people. He's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
And you know what? They got into a fight. And I'm sure I bet you he called Dwayne Johnson out. And Dwayne Johnson was like, I'm Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, I do what I want. Yeah. Yeah.
I know, man. Dwayne Johnson's 52.
I don't know.
He got into his old man years, and now he thinks he can do whatever he wants.
I do what I want.
It
is what it is. Eventually, all this stuff is gonna get to him.
It'll get there. But it seems like it just hasn't gotten there yet. It's interesting how how people perceive celebrities, and it's like they do a certain thing and it's like instantly hate them, and then other celebrities will do a certain thing and we're like, it's not that bad. So, like someone could do something 10 years ago and we're like, oh, get this guy out of here, fire him. Example, they fired the creator of X-Men 97 who's making these phenomenal episodes. But is Dwayne Johnson gonna lose acting gigs now? Probably not. Probably not. That's the way the world works. It's the way the world works.
It's a popularity contest.
But
that's what it is.
I think it's X-Men time.
X-Men time?
I think it's X-Men time.
I love that intro.
Such a good intro.
So beautiful.
It's too timeless. It's too classic. So
too classic.
X-Men episode 7, episode 8. 7 starts off with Rogue going rogue.
Literally.
And there was a lot that happened in this episode. So, Messi, what do you think about Rogue going rogue?
Episode 7. I did not expect it to happen until the episode came around. Is you as a human or even as a mutant, you can have so much patience until you lose it. I feel like they push her to like the limit. Like she didn't care who was on her way. She didn't care who she kills. She didn't care if she kills. She was a menace since the episode started. She goes to the base. She goes to Agent Ross. Not Agent Ross. Captain Ross, whatever his name is. We see him for the first time here. Cool. He goes, oh, Hulk, can I even get in here? 2 seconds later, this dude just breaks in the whole freaking wall. Badass moment. But the whole episode, I love the episode. Episode 7, beautifully done. Especially the end. The end of the episode, kill me. So freaking good. Freaking symbiote. Sentinel. I forgot the actual name for it. They got a name like a Sentinel in steroids. But there's a name for it. Do you know what the name for it?
It's like a Sentinel mutant combined, like a Sentinel like human. It's like a human Sentinel. I don't remember the name, but it's basically a human Sentinel.
Exactly. I know there's a name for it, but I forgot the name of it. And when Rogue drops him, is it me neither sugar or something like that? She drops him, and 2 seconds later, she's like giving her. I don't have anything
for you, and she's like, me neither sugar. I was like, dude.
Yeah, she drops him, and then she gives like her little mat thing, and then knocked her out. Dude, think about it like this. Earlier in the episode, she was stronger than the Hulk because apparently that base, Hulk couldn't even get in or get out. She got it. Fast forward to the end of the episode, this Sentinel guy knocks her out. So all I'm understanding is that this robot guy is a menace.
Bro, they're unstoppable. They're unstoppable. And we saw more of it in episode 8.
One punch.
I mean, these things are strong. Like, Sentinels, we don't really know about Sentinels with live action movies and the shows and stuff like that. So, like, we know Sentinels are strong as heck. But this takes it to a whole nother level of this, like, human Sentinel thing. And I know this kind of crosses over into episode 8, but, like, now you don't even know who's a Sentinel because they blend in. They're humans, and they just activate whenever the bad guys tell them to activate. So it's like they're strong, and you just can't stop them unless you got those like grenades that Cable had, or we'll talk about this later on, but unless you do what Magneto did. But here's
I love the episode.
Here's some cool things. Really good. One, we saw Captain America.
We saw Captain America.
And she just chucked his shield.
Bro, douche. Okay, that was kind of a douchey thing. She goes.
Bro, he can't even fly to like go get it. He has to go walk.
Bro, I can just imagine. It's like He goes.
Bro.
And started walking through the forest of the freaking snow, like going against freaking,
He's just gotta be like,
freaking shield.
unless he had a motorcycle or something, but he's like, bro, I gotta go get that. And she chucked it far. It wasn't even like a little throw. Like she got...
That was funny. And so I'm happy that this show is doing really, really well. The cameos. They're not like throwing it at our faces like sometimes in the live action movies do. Like, oh, look at this cameo, love it, and love the movie just for the cameo. And here it's different. Like we saw Captain America, we love the episode, but it's not focused
on the cameo.
Exactly.
It's just it's a cameo. It's doing what a cameo should be doing. It's just appear and then leave.
And that's it. And then story keeps going because after that sequence, cool, we saw him. I didn't think about like, okay, when is Captain America coming back? Like when is this? I didn't think about it because the episode kept going and like just like moved on from the moment. The whole show has been doing that. I love that, 100%. What else? What else happened on this episode that's like mind blowing crazy?
We found out that Magneto was alive at the end.
Oh yeah,
that was crazy. I thought he was dead. I thought he was dead.
I didn't.
No, I thought he was dead.
No,
I thought he was dead, and they're gonna do like some time thing with Cable, rewind time, whatever it was. I thought he was gone.
Was the rule? If you don't see a body, it's not dead.
Maybe that's why Charles was alive.
I didn't see a body.
Did you see a body of
some space?
Did you see? Oh yeah, we did see Gambit's body.
Yeah, but that was like the most heartbroken moment. How do you forget that?
I guess.
Yeah, if you don't see a body, he's not dead. So I wasn't surprised. Like I saw.
You weren't surprised he was alive?
I was not surprised because I didn't think he died. I know Gambit died because they had a funeral and everything. Oh yeah, they had a funeral. It's really sad. Jubilee, I think that's her name.
Yeah.
Jubilee, yeah. She goes crying. She goes, "Where's Rogue? He's not here." Crying and whatever. 2 seconds later, Rogue is like destroying our freaking army
he's going
base.
crazy.
Oh my god. We got some father-son interaction with Cable and Scott Summers with Cyclops. Yeah, I forgot his name. It was interesting. There were some parts he goes, "Let's skip the reunion, Dad." Okay, dude, he just found out like that you're his kid. Like, why you?
Yeah, he didn't even know you were his kid.
Like, he just like found out literally right now that you're his kid. That's not the first time they see each other. I know they saw each other on the original show multiple times, I think.
But he didn't have a kid at that time, so he didn't know it was his kid.
But it doesn't matter. The time would have still happened. Again, Cable is from like 300 years in the future.
He didn't even know he was gonna have a kid when he saw Cable before, because he was.
But it doesn't matter. But Cable knew though.
Cable
knew that his dad. Yeah. He's being a douchebag about it. It's like, "Hey, Dad," or like, I mean, you can't really play with time. What if like, what if Cable would have told him, and like years before he decided to have a kid, he goes, "I don't want a kid no more,"
like, nah.
And then just banish it.
Exactly.
He just vanished one time. That'll be hilarious.
That was basically the biggest plot twist of the end, was us finding out about these human sentinels and Magneto being alive. To me, that plot twisted me. But then that's when I was like, oh, this is about to get real, because they already said 8 through 10. It's going to be insane. So I was like, oh my gosh. And 8 came along. And 8
did not disappoint.
It did not disappoint.
It did not disappoint.
It did not disappoint. It was good. And there was a lot that went on in this episode. And a lot of cameos. Or not cameos, but like teases of Easter eggs. That's the word. There's a lot of Easter eggs. And the first thing I noticed was in the beginning when Cable's talking to the team and he's like, oh, I keep trying to go back, but I can't because this Comertage time loop keeps stopping me. I was like, Doctor Strange? Comertage? I was like, what's the word in Spider-Man?
It's absolute point.
Absolute point? Is that what it is? That's not the word.
No, wait, Spider-Man, no. That's on. Okay, so the reference
What movie
is
is this from?
No, it's not a movie. It's episode 4 of What If, when Doctor
What
Strange
If?
is trying to keep.
That's what it is.
Is trying to save his whatever girl, and it's an absolute point that he cannot fix because she is meant to die. So Genosha is meant to
It's
happen.
an absolute point.
It's an absolute point. It's meant to happen. That's why every time he's tried, because he said he's tried so many times that he at the point that he gave up because he can't prevent Genosha from happening. And that's what Hank goes, oh, like I heard this studies from whatever
Comertage and stuff.
Yeah, so he said absolute point. It's also a point that cannot be undone.
That's what I was trying to remember what it's from. For some reason I thought it was Spider-Man, but I knew it was Doctor Strange, but I thought it was Spider-Man 3, but it wasn't. Yeah, What If episode 4. And yeah, I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's cool." And then we got it. There was just so much. So now we know like the two big bads is there's two of them and they're working together, but they're not like fully working together. They're supposedly using each other. So we got Mr. Sinister and Bastion.
Yeah, they're I don't know what they.
So
they're like
working together, but they're like, oh, I have an alternate plan, and I'm just using him. And they're like, oh, I have an alternate plan, I'm just using him. So I don't know. I don't know who's gonna end up being. I think Bastion is like because he's the one that made the Sentinels. However, up until this point, it was all Mr. Sinister stuff. So could whatever alternate plan Mr. Sinister has be even greater? I don't know.
Maybe. Because originally the plan, like he said it himself, like to the blonde lady from the UN. Oh, by the way, what the heck? Is she a good guy or a villain? What?
She's a bad person that tried to redeem herself.
That's the best way to put it.
She's a bad person. She felt guilty, and then she dropped this bar. And then after she dropped the bar, she redeemed herself. Bro, this show has been dropping bars left and right. Like, whoever is in charge of the script, top tier. Just straight up bars from everybody. Magneto, freaking Nightcrawler, the blonde lady.
Everybody's been dropping bars.
Everybody's been dropping bars. And I was like, dang, this is just so good. And we even, like I mentioned with Nightcrawler, and he was talking to Jean Grey, and he's like, oh, because she's like battling with this. It's not my kid. It's my kid. My memories, not my memories. And he's talking about family. And he's like, oh, family is a choice and all this stuff. And it's like, you choose the memories that you want to make with your family, because it's not just about blood. It's about who you make your family. And I was like, man, that's deep. Because the X-Men is supposed to be like a family too. They have each other. They're, the mutants. They're not very well liked, so it's a family, and it's just deep. It's just deep.
Yeah. Every time he speaks, Kurt. Every time he speaks,
he's deep.
Just, like he's a poet, bro. It's like he doesn't give you like a straight, but like answer or like a sentence. No, he gives you like double entendres to a poet, and then like this makes you feel like warm inside. You know what I mean?
I feel like I could listen to him give me a lecture.
Exactly. Like if I do something bad, I don't want to listen to from my boss. I want him to tell me.
Yeah, you tell me.
I wanted to bring. He is the doctor that should give bad news. Like, hey, you got cancer. That's a regular doctor. This guy will give you like a whole
he needs
thing.
To be a psychologist.
I'm glad to have cancer. He should be a psychologist.
He's deep. But
he's deep.
He's also dope because.
Oh my god. That whole
fight scene.
That whole sequence. Oh my god.
It's crazy. It was so good. We know Nightcrawler and his knives, like swords. We've seen it in the comics and stuff. But when he got hit and you saw the swords on the floor, I was like, oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna
and
happen.
then Wolverine comes out. He's like, yeah, blah blah blah. And then Nightcrawler, he's like, me too. And they started fighting. I was like, let's go, Nightcrawler, bro. I am a Nightcrawler stan. I hope we see more Nightcrawler in these next 2 episodes.
So the theory is that they're down X-Men because Gambit passed away.
Gambit's gone.
So he may replace Gambit's spot on the X-Men team. That's a theory. I don't know if that's going to happen.
I can see
it. So far, he's been there. So, like, since Genosha, he's been
and he's close to Rogue, so it could make sense.
Exactly. Yeah. But, dude, we knew Nightcrawler. Badass character, overall.
Yeah.
Says always. But, like, so far in everything that we have seen him, like the live-action one, there's 2 live-action ones from the original X-Men, and then they brought him back on as a younger one, and then I'm pretty sure he was on the first half of the show, and now he's here. I think this is like the coolest version we have seen of Kurt. I think this is like the coolest version. Like I don't even care about any other version of him until like now.
Honestly, I'm liking
He's
all
just a
these
badass
versions.
character.
I'm liking this southern cool Rogue. I really liked Gambit, to be honest. I know we only got him for 5 episodes, but I really liked him. I mean, we had him for a previous season, but in terms of this season, we only had him for 5 episodes. Wolverine, I still like this Wolverine. Honestly, I don't think it's not very Wolverine centric. I think it's focused on the other X-Men.
I'm happy about that. Like usually, like you think X-Men, you think Wolverine. Yeah. I'm happy that it's not like that.
He's more of a side character.
On the other show. Exactly. I'm pretty sure on the other show he has his moments, like he's the main character on some parts, but I'm happy that he's not the main character on this. It's like mostly on Jean Grey, Scott, Rogue.
Yeah, because he's the main character in in all the live action X-Men's. So yeah, like we get to see a different side of X-Men with this, where he's on the side.
I'm happy. I'm happy that I gave this show a try because I know in the very beginning I wasn't too like cartoons and whatever. I'm happy that I give it a try because now I don't want to see another version of Cyclops. I don't want to see another version of Jean Grey. I don't want to see another version of Rogue. I don't want to see another version of any other characters. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch the first season. I need to rewatch the first season if it's as good as this second season because this is just too good. It's not just one. It's like I think it's 3 or 4 seasons, the first half.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Or there's more. But I know what you mean. Like the first half of the show. Actually, obviously the animation is not the same because again it wasn't in the 90s, it's not now. But I don't know. I may give it a try
it just looked cartoonish, but sometimes cartoons is the way to go.
We may have to. Yeah, we may have to fight through it.
After the type of animation that we've been seeing in the past couple years, cartoons is the way to go. The animation, you could just do so much more. And we're seeing it. But some other stuff with this Easter eggs in this episode is, I don't know if you noticed this one. This one was a quick one. But when they went to Bastian's home, did you see the Stark Expo newspaper?
I did not. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I did not see that.
I don't know if he was. I don't remember if he was on the newspaper, but he attended a Stark Expo, and I was like, that's really interesting, because Iron Man callback. And then some other Easter eggs was, well, first off, going into this Bastian, who is Bastian? It's kind of complicated, but it seems like he's just like a descendant of Master Mold. The Master Mold infected his dad, and now he's like a Master Mold descendant, essentially a robot, cyborg thing. But as he was talking, he talked to a bunch of other villains, and 2 of them that stood out: Doctor Doom and Zemo. So we know Fantastic Four is in this universe. And I guess we already knew Marvel was in this universe, but Zemo, I mean, those are big bad guys.
Yeah, those are Yeah, they're. It's so funny that the dialogue that Doctor Doom gave to
Bastion.
the main bad guy, Bastion, he goes, "I don't want to be associated with what you're doing because it's so bad." I don't know if you understood that sentence, but if you know Doctor Doom, he's a pretty bad guy.
He's up there.
He's up there. He's up there.
Like, people are talking about replacing Kang with Doctor Doom. That's how up there he is.
Exactly. He said that to Bastion. Bastion is like another level of evil. Like that's what I understood on that whole interaction between Doctor Doom and him. I'm scared. If Doctor Doom is scared, Doctor Doom has nothing to do with this.
Doctor Doom don't want it. I don't want it.
I don't know. But it was pretty cool though. We saw Doctor Doom. We got Zemo. We got a lot of other cool characters in there.
Yeah.
That we'll get there.
And just like going into how bad Bastion was and kind of seeing more of these human sentinels is when they all got activated. I didn't realize there was so many. That's what blew my mind in this episode was how many there already were in like around the earth.
Yeah.
I was like, what the frick? There's so many. How long has this been going on?
For real, like when Hank was checking the globe with Cerebro to see like how many sentients are there, and then you see like the whole freaking planet turn red. I'm like you said, like how long has this dude been doing this for?
Yeah,
because it's not. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't know how long it takes for one person to do it, but dude, this guy has been doing it for years to be this level of how many humans there is.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
And the reason why I'm wearing this shirt is because we got Spider-Man back. And so we have now seen Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, animated Spider-Man come back in like the past 3-4 years. It's like they're just bringing everybody back. We're bringing everybody back. All the Spider-Man.
I was caught off guard by him because I didn't. Why would I think they were bringing Spider-Man to the thing? So
because they already brought back everybody else.
Hey, I wouldn't mind a season.
Well, he was
the
in
show.
He was in episodes of the previous X-Men seasons.
Nice. Didn't know that. That's cool to know. But I was going to say that I wouldn't mind another season of the show with the same animation style
of Spider-Man?
X-Men 97. Yes. That would be cool.
That would be cool.
But all the other characters that showed up was the Silver Samurai. We saw Omega Red. I think that's it. I think those are the big three ones that showed up on that whole sequence after Magneto said
I didn't notice the other
enough to the thing to the whole world. So yeah, so Silver Samurai, Omega Red, and Spider-Man were like the big three that showed up on.
I think Spider-Man might come back for another episode because they said it was the same actor that is coming. They said it was the same actor that reprised his role. I don't think he had any voice lines in that sequence.
No.
So
none of them do.
If you brought back the quote unquote same actor, then he's coming back. Maybe. Do you think? I know we've gotten proper cameos with Captain America, Zemo, Doctor Doom, Spider-Man, all this stuff. But do you think that we might actually see Spider-Man and or Captain America be in maybe like an actual action sequence in these last 2 episodes?
Maybe. I think again this falls on this what I said earlier. Like a cameo could be just a cameo, but like I don't want to think it's like maybe they come back. Maybe like because I feel if they come back, I think it's gonna take away from
the X-Men,
the mutants. They're exactly the X-Men. Maybe they're just there in the background, held to fight. But I feel like Captain America may come back just because of the way that ended the conversation with Rogue. Because she goes, "Are you standing with us? Are you not?" Type of thing. But he said, "I gotta follow. I gotta go just by the books." But like Captain America again, sometimes he goes on his way to actually fight the greater fight, which is obviously helping humanity from this evil robots.
Yo, I mean, I feel like once you see a freaking gazillion human sentinels start activating, then there is no books.
Yeah, that's no books. Yeah.
So
he's like,
question: does the Hulk show up? They mentioned the Hulk.
I don't know.
People could show up.
I don't know.
I don't really care if they show up. I'm just liking this. I'm just liking this show. I'm just wondering if you thought they were going to show up. But
I have a question.
All right.
I have a question, and I don't know. Wait, let's pause. Because again, those drumsticks are gonna be good.
They be sizzling.
I hear the sizzling. It's okay. When you move to your house, this won't be a problem no more.
Yup. I got my own podcast room. I bought a desk.
Sizzling.
So now I don't have to do it on the dining table.
Nice. You bought like a desk, or like just like a
desk.
like does it have like a back and everything, or is it just flat?
I think it's flat, but it's like a nice desk.
Okay.
It's like a Target something desk. Some cool.
Does it go up
Target
now?
desk. Nah, I didn't get one.
Does it go up now? Digga! Invest on yourself.
Ah.
Trust me, bro. It's only $200. How much you spend on your desk?
Well, it was on clearance. I think I spent like $100. Anyways,
I have a question. I have a question. And I just remember right now. I was gonna ask you off the podcast, but I gotta ask you here.
Wait, so this is on the podcast or off the podcast?
No, this is on the podcast.
Right.
This is on the podcast. This is me asking you right now. I don't know if you felt the same way, but where is Storm?
Good.
It's been
West.
what, almost 3 episodes that she got her powers back, and she knows what happened.
Yeah.
She knows what happened in Genosha. Everybody.
She got her powers back at the end of episode 6. So it's been 2 episodes. It's been 2 episodes since it happened, and she already knows what happened with Genosha.
Where's she at?
Where is she? Why is she taking so long?
Is she getting it down? Is she getting it down with the other guy?
But didn't she dip at the end of episode 6? She's like, I gotta go.
But go when? Is she still going?
She's still going.
I feel like days happen in this last 2 episodes.
I'm surprised we didn't see any of it. Maybe like her fight any of the human sentinels, like even wherever she was.
And on her side, like maybe wherever she's at.
No, that's a good question. I mean, we now know at the end that Charles is like,
on episode 9, but like 2 episodes happened.
No, that's true.
And there's still no Storm.
That's true. Maybe she was too OP they didn't want her to show up. It's hard. I mean, it's not hard. I feel like you could have easily done it. But I think these comic book movies and shows, when you have a big ensemble of people, it can be hard to balance getting screen time for everybody. But
again, like you say, it could have been shot from her point of view, like wherever she was at.
I don't know. They got a time limit. They can only do so much.
3 seconds, just showing us where she at.
We don't know where she's at. Even when Charles did this, we don't know where she was at. But speaking of Charles, why did it take so long?
I know exactly. What episode 6?
He found out at the same time.
Yeah, episode 6.
Presumably, that Gambit died. So if episode 6 for us. But if he found out the same exact time that Gambit died, then
it'll be episode 5.
That's technically episode 5. So now it's been 3 episodes to get back from. I mean, I don't know how far this planet is, but my gosh.
I mean, I can understand Charles. He's far. He's exactly. You don't know how far this planet is from Earth. But Storm, same planet, dude. Like, you fly. There's no like, oh, I gotta get a freaking plane ticket. Nah, bro. You can fly.
That's true.
But Charles, yeah, he showed us at the end.
Do you think the X-Men? The X-Men didn't know. They gotta be like shook.
No, they didn't know because they had run it through the news.
No, but yeah, from the news they found out, but they didn't know that before the news.
No, well, we saw their reactions there. we saw that they were freaking out when they saw that, like, oh my god, he's alive.
But I thought when they were looking at the news, they thought it was like fake news. They thought, oh, it's Bastian just trying to sabotage us. It's not real.
Maybe I have to watch every episode again for a third
We'll
time.
find out in this next episode, depending on how they react.
Yeah, I mean they're pretty shook. It's like, who is this guy? Wolverine's like about to like go ham on this guy, and then he opens his mask and whatever, and he's like gonna freak out.
Where's the real question is, what's Magneto gonna think? Because,
bro, I personally will be like, if we were not on this scenario, we were like in a happy dandy type of thing, and you die and then you come back, and be like, oh my gosh, Charles, I miss you so much, but like, Genosha happened, episode 2 happened, like all this stuff happened while he was gone, happy and dandy about getting it on,
and he
with
did,
some alien chick.
And the reason why he was doing all this stuff was because he was thinking of Charles.
Exactly. Episode 2. He could have literally go ham on those people, but he decided not to do so because of Charles. But he said enough is enough. Enough is enough. The evil Magneto...
Does evil Magneto come back?
No, let me rephrase that. The Magneto that was right came back, and he's gonna go ham. There's no evil Magneto. Magneto was right this whole time.
Magneto was right.
Thanos was
Hashtag
right the whole
Magneto
time.
was
So
right.
is Thanos a villain? No, he's not. F them people. Eliminate 50% of population right now. Drop them bars. Magneto's gonna come back, and he's gonna go ham. That's it. Done. Done so. He said enough. The whole sentence will go to the floor. There's nothing that this villain can do right now that Magneto cannot counter.
Bro, Magneto's so OP. He's so OP.
He's an Omega level threat, bro. He needs to get with the program. You know why he kept them down there locked up? Because he knew Magneto was gonna stop him.
Bro, you should have killed him. You gotta kill this guy.
He should have killed him. That's his fault. That's his fault.
He kept him as a trophy, like an idiot.
Idiot. He lost. He said enough. One word. Boom.
Dude,
drop.
Literal
Floor.
mic drop. all these human sentinels that like
Light
no one
work.
can touch.
That's light.
Unless you got some grenade. The entire Earth. The entire Earth.
Done so.
We're seeing this is my favorite version of Magneto I've ever seen.
100%. 100%. I love the I don't give a crap no more about the humans that keep trying to hurt us. Type of Magneto. We kind of saw that with the younger version of Magneto on
Days of Future Past.
Exactly with him, but like this is like another level. This is like going all over, like it's like, oh my god,
and dropping bars too.
Beautiful, dropping bars.
No, this is good.
I cannot wait for the interaction that Magneto and Charles will have. It could go literally any way. It could go he's mad at him, they're gonna fight it out, or he's gonna be happy, give him a hug, and continue with the show and like save the world of humanity. But I don't know.
No,
it could be.
I think Magneto is gonna be pissed, and we're gonna get the
I
Magneto
bet,
that we've known for a long, long time. And after episode 10, you're getting the same. You're not getting nice guy Magneto.
I mean, he was right. He was right.
He was right.
Simple. There's no. He was right. He called it from the very beginning. Scott saw it. He knew. Genosha was gonna happen. They knew. I don't know how to tell you.
Here's the question: if you're Bastian and Sinister, Mr. Sinister, where do you go from here? Because your big plan is human sentinels. If they can get wiped out in 2 seconds with Magneto, then what's the next step? I'm sure they have a backup plan, or maybe they even thought that this could happen. But like, what are you gonna do from here? Because you got 2 episodes left. It's got to get crazier. So, I don't know.
I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea what they're gonna do after this. Like the villain wise, I know for sure he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
He has to have another plan.
And he's from the future, kind of.
It's kind of is, yeah. So he has to have another plan to continue because again, there's 2 episodes left. We haven't seen the last of them.
Also, I just want to point this out there. I just want to say real quick, how did Jean Grey, Cable, and Scott not think that old lady was sus?
As soon as she opened her mouth, I don't trust this bitch.
Like she's like, oh, you guys were supposed to come in tomorrow or something like that, or you guys came early. I was like, you're already sus. You're some old lady standing in a creepy chair in a dark room by yourself. Sus. And she's like, I'm gonna get packing. I was like, bro, come on.
Sus, 100%.
Whatever.
I don't know. I didn't trust.
That's what I just want to say. Do you have anything else to say?
I don't know. I can't wait for episode 9, episode 10. We're gonna be doing them back to back, just like this, in 2 weeks. So I don't know. I cannot wait. I don't know what's gonna happen. I cannot wait for the interaction between Magneto and Charles. It's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be interesting. And there's a couple movies. The biggest one being Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes coming next week. I will be watching it, so you guys can look.
I will not be watching it.
You're not gonna watch it?
I don't think I am,
bruh.
I don't know.
Right.
I'll let you know.
I'll watch it. I'll give you guys my review. Be on the lookout for that post, and I'll even post my rankings for how I thought the first 3 were, and what I think.
I can do that
because I just rewatched them recently, so I'll let you know what I think about the first 3. So you can find me at Danny42 with 3 N's. 2 was taken on Instagram. And don't be weird.
You can find don't be weird. You can find me on Instagram at messy.17_. Follow me. And if you don't want to follow us individually, you can always follow us on Unqualified Heroes on Instagram. Never TikTok. TikTok appears to get banned on these states. Whatever.
We'll be back. We'll be on whatever new thing comes up, and we'll be one of the first ones there. And we'll get on.
Hopefully, we'll make it.
Hopefully, we'll make it.
We'll make it some shape or form, whatever. But you can follow us on those platforms. You can listen to full episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And comment, like, share, subscribe. Do whatever you have to do to talk to us and let us know what you thought about these last 2 episodes and what are you expecting for episode 9 and 10, that we can talk about it. But other than that, Unqualified Heroes!